cut big trees, and this is a sycamore tree, and they've actually started cutting it, and then they've just left it like this, and of course it's died because it's been completely, all the xylem and phloem is gone, and so it's now a dead tree. So now, having started as a sycamore tree, sycamores of course quite self-seed very readily here, and we've got a lot of them. It's now that rare thing, standing deadwood, and this makes a fantastic contribution to biodiversity. And in this case, the reason they've cut it to this extent and then left it may well be because they just don't want it to overshadow this bit of ground. They want this bit of ground a bit more open. And that's the thing that beavers can do within a forest. They can just open up patches and create areas where butterflies and flowers and things blossom. So it's counterintuitive in a way, but it's a really good benefit to the environment.
Thus every kind their pleasure find, the savage and the tender. Some social join and leagues combine, some solitary wander. Avaunt away the cruel sway, tyrannic man's dominion. The sportsman's joy, the murdering cry, the fluttering gory pinion.
Sometimes they really do cut some quite big trees, and so we decided that we didn't want them to cut this tree. And so we wrapped it in wire. Well, the interesting thing is that we didn't actually do it straight away, and by the time we'd wrapped it, they'd taken the bark off the roots and right up here and all the way around, and they hadn't quite been the whole way around, but they'd certainly done quite a lot of nibbling. And yet, even though we were a bit slow off the mark, and even though it's not fully covered actually, they can still get at this root here and so on. The tree is absolutely fine, and it has been for years. And so this is all you need to do if you have a tree you don't want the beaver to cut. Just get a bit of rabbit wire and wrap it round. And if it's a smaller tree than this, it's extremely easily done. This is a little bit more complicated, but even this isn't massively difficult. So look at it, the tree is absolutely healthy as anything. Probably about 250 years old. Still a very healthy tree. So one of the interesting things about this area is that all along the path that we call the Burnished path, we've got tremendous regeneration of trees. I mean, lots of birch and a certain amount of rowan, some oak. Actually, almost anything that's growing there is regenerating. People say to us, but don't you have a roe deer problem? And of course we do have roe deer, and we've got lots of roe deer here. There seems to be enough regeneration for everybody. There seems to be enough for the roe deer, enough for the beavers to cut the odd stem. Actually, the beavers tend to wait till the trees are bigger, but sometimes you get little baby beavers cutting their first tree. Will cut a little thin one. So you do get the occasional regenerated tree snipped, but what's coming up is really abundant. Yes, you get these abundant thickets of birch and other species in the presence of roe deer, and we think that maybe the reason this is happening so surprisingly well here is that the beavers, because they dam and hold water on the land, they hold the water table steady, and just having the soil always damp like that is probably beneficial. But maybe it's also to do with the health of the mycorrhiza, the roots of the fungi the mycorrhiza actually. I don't know if you've read that book, The Hidden Life of Trees, but what they do is they're almost like a sort of internet come NHS for the forest. The trees can donate packages of chemicals to each other, and they can send warnings and send out insecticides to other species. And if they see that, if they can get a message saying such and such tree is feeling ill, and a big strong tree can send off some spare nutrients to it. And this all happens through this network of mycorrhiza that underlie a healthy forest. But I think in a situation where the land is drained, it must be a struggle for these fungi to really stay healthy. Just having the soil always damp like that, the conditions are really favourable for the regrowth of trees and the presence of beavers.